We fly over the city of Santiago. From up here, we can see the cathedral, and near it, the church of San Felix de Solorio. Thus, according to archaeological research, we can imagine the situation in the year 1. Where the cathedral now stands, there would have been a small Roman fortification, and in place of the church of San Felix, a small village of farmers located on an ancient fort of Celtic origin. These sites remained for 4 centuries, and starting in the 5th century, they were abandoned. As the years passed, plant life covered the place, forming a lush mount. The small farmers' village was reduced to a simple hamlet in which to gather cattle. And it is in this place where chronicles tell of a hermit known as Pelayo, who, as he fasted, observed some lights shining on the ancient Roman citadel. But Pelayo was not the only one to contemplate this phenomenon. Some shepherds were also witness to the strange lights. The event reached Teodomiro, the bishop of Iria Flavia, which was back then the episcopal see, and today is a parish in the Padron municipality. Before such news, the bishop arrived at the site and discovered the entrance to a small sepulchre among the weeds. He discovered 3 tombs a few meters underground, the middle one protected by a slab of marble. Teodomiro did not hesitate to attribute these burials to the Apostle Santiago and his disciples Teodoro and Atanasio. In those difficult times of battles against Moorish forces, the finding proved to be transcendental for the entire Christian population. Alfonso II, King of Asturias, decided to erect a basic but well-stocked sanctuary. A church was built above the sepulchre to worship the apostles' relics, and beside it, the small monastery of Ante Altares to house the community of monks that would look after the so-called Locus Sancti Jacobi. Construction was finished in 830, and Bishop Teodomiro consecrated the first church of Santiago. Exactly where 4 centuries earlier a Roman village existed, the primordial nucleus of the future cathedral and city of Santiago now surged. One of the main finds of the 1955 digs was the sepulchral cover of Bishop Teodomiro, a transcendental figure in this story. It was he who revealed the nature of the sepulchre that was found thanks to those miraculous signals. But what reasons did Teodomiro have to affirm so conclusively that this tomb belonged to the Apostle Santiago? Various pieces of data had led Bishop Teodomiro to presume that the apostle was buried in Galicia. In the year 700, Adhelmo, Bishop of Sherborne, and later on the writings of Bede the Venerable, affirmed that the apostle's relics could be hidden in Galician lands. But he knew that these writings had their base in 5th century Byzantine texts known as the Breviary of the Apostles, in which for the first time Santiago's apostolate in Hispania is mentioned, and especially of his burial in the Marmaric Ark. No wonder then that after listening to the hermit Pelayo tell of the miraculous lights signaling the spot, and discovering the hidden Roman sepulchre in which one of the tombs was covered with a marble slab, he identified it immediately as the Marmaric Ark, that which the writing signaled as Santiago's sepulchre. After the death of Teodomiro, two events took place in the middle of the 9th century that would be key to both the propagation of the fervor for the Saint Apostle, as well as to the development of the small Compostellan nucleus. The first, part myth, part reality, took place in the Battle of Clavijo. King Ramiro I's Christian armies pulled back from the advances of Abderrahman II. Suddenly, the Apostle Santiago appeared on a white horse, causing the Saracen troops to disband and fall in defeat. From this point, the Apostle became the defender of Christianity against the infidels, and King Ramiro I established the Santiago vow, forcing everyone to hand over their first harvests to the Church of the Apostle every year. In the late 9th century, the Bishop of Aedia Flavia built a more solid and majestic church upon the former one, thanks to the help of King Alfonso III the Great. The new basilica was consecrated in the year 899. Without altering the sepulchres of the Apostle and his disciples, the temple was erected with 3 naves and 3 apses. Besides this great work, reforms were carried out in the monasteries to improve the lives of the canons and monks. Various buildings were built, such as the Chapel of the Corticella, to reinforce the brilliance of liturgical celebrations, as well as others for the reception and care of the pilgrims, who ever more frequently came to worship the tomb of the Apostle and admire the new basilica.